Is this fine here, do you think?
Yeah. And we're off! Wanna grab the name? There's like that thing. Oh,
I
you
got
did it.
I wrote them down.
Okay, we'll just...
Don't even worry. Well, if you need that.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, guys.
This is the Broken Couch Podcast. I'm Carolee Harris.
I'm Isabel Elston.
And
Welcome.
let's get into it.
Yeah.
Okay. We wanted to talk today a little bit first, just starting out, like how we came to Calgary, right? Vancouver.
I wasn't gonna dance after high school. I sort of was like, I'm not doing this. I think it's because COVID hit my like grade 9 year and dance was brutal, and I was like, I don't like this anymore.
Yeah.
And I couldn't tell if it was like dancing at home. We had like at home classes on Zoom, and I couldn't tell if it was. I knew I hated that, and I don't know if it was just part that or if I actually was like, I don't like this anymore. And I had been in the same program for a couple years already, and it was a great program, but sometimes when you do the same thing for years, you're like, I hate this.
Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna dance after high school, and then I went to an audition in Calgary, fun fact, for this program called ITP at Harbour Dance Center, and I just was sort of like, okay, I guess I'll go. I was literally signing up on the way there. I was
but if
like,
it's Harbour, is it for Vancouver?
Yes.
But you do the auditions
They have a couple. They have one in Saskatchewan, they have one in Calgary and
Oh,
Vancouver, just to grab everybody
Okay.
from around the country. So my mom found a post on like Facebook, and she was like, you know about Harbour, right? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, we should just go and see. And I was like, okay. Didn't really think much of it, and I'm literally like in the car, and we're like halfway to Calgary, and I'm like submitting a Google form with my headshot and like resume, like just stupid. And then I went, I knew a couple people at the audition. Nothing crazy. Auditioned, felt good about it, and then probably a couple months later got an acceptance letter, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I think I remember my dad saying like, he was like, sometimes by your reactions, you know what you want, you know? Like I don't think I really knew what I want, but I knew that I was really excited about this thing, and I was like, I think I have to go and try it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had gone on a trip a couple years after COVID, probably 2 years after COVID, with my studio as well, and it kind of just opened my eyes to what the Vancouver dance scene was like, and I was like, oh, actually I would like this.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool.
so yeah, I think going into that audition I didn't really know, but then got in and was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and so picked up right after I graduated.
And how was the audition?
It was good.
Did you feel like it went well?
It was my first real audition for kind of anything. I did Team Canada when I was 10. So I auditioned then, but I feel like everything's a blur when you're a kid. You're just sort of like, okay,
yeah,
this is another dance class at a
right.
different studio. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it was like my first real audition for anything. I think I knew what to expect, but I remember we learned like a combination of a dance piece, and it was hard, but I was just sort of like, okay, I think that went well.
Sorry, I just noticed that they turned off.
What the heck, man?
It's fine. We should have...
Just kidding. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine. Keep going.
This is so funny you're hearing this for the first time.
This is...
on here. That's so funny.
We
I guess I don't really know your
this.
story either.
Yeah.
In that waiting period, between auditioning and finding out too, I was like, oh, I think I actually am starting to like this idea. So yeah, I picked up and moved. I graduated, I guess when do you graduate? June? And then I moved end of August.
Like you went straight to Vancouver.
Straight here. I worked random jobs in the summer, and then I just came straight here. And that's how I got
That's
here.
crazy.
I know. It was weird. I don't think I knew what was happening.
I feel like
Like,
it was
I
one of
just
those
were like,
things, where
like,
you
okay.
like dived in and then you're, when you finally have a moment to process it, you're like, wow, okay, I just did that.
Yeah, for sure. And I know I'm that kind of person too that's like, okay, great, up for an adventure, let's do this. But I mean, I'm still young, but I was young and was like, I don't really know what's happening.
Yeah.
Guess we're doing this. But I got really lucky with roommates and with friends and stuff. And
Yeah.
so it worked out fine, but yeah.
Did you know people who were going to go to the same program as you?
No. I knew one girl, shout out Sierra. But we danced together for like a year.
Oh, okay.
And that was kind of it. So no, it was new. And then my roommates I didn't know. We met the day I moved in. Like just so random. Like, hey guys,
nice
we're doing this.
Are you all doing the dance thing?
Yes, we all did the dance program.
Okay.
Yes, that's how we met. There was just like a group chat. We all got thrown into a group chat.
And then you find living through that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
it was cool. It was great.
I feel like that's always it's a little better because at least you have
Yes.
something to fall onto. Like,
sure.
you're like, okay, well, these other people are doing it too. But it also makes it hard because...
What if you
I
hate
don't
them
know.
and you're with them every day?
Well, yeah.
I was worried about that. I was
That's
like,
the
what
thing.
if
And you have to
they
work
hate,
with them.
I hate them or they hate me and we're with each other every day. And then I live with you.
Yeah.
And then we're doing the same things and the same projects and then whatever.
Yes.
But it was totally fine.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
I got
good.
lucky.
I feel like I already kind of went into why I moved, or like how I moved, but I like have been wanting to go to Vancouver for a long time,
Mhm.
but it was just something where it was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it one day, and you know, every actor says that, or a lot of them do,
Of course, yeah.
and then they don't actually ever do it, or it just doesn't work out, whatever.
Right.
But I think it was I would make a lot of money and then I would spend it all on classes and whatever, and then I had finally finished, like, I didn't do a program because I couldn't afford it. I think I told you that I had to work for them to afford it, but I finished that program, and then I was like, I don't really feel like my career is taking me anywhere else in Alberta, like in Calgary.
Yeah.
And I just felt kind of plain for a while, and then I got this stand-in job, and I was like, okay, well, this is cool because, you know, it'll put me into the industry, I'll learn how things work, and it was great. Like, I met some other actors that were super key in making me, you know, learn a lot about how the industry works.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing he always talked about was, like, I would say that I want to move to Vancouver, and he'd be like, you have to do it. Like, you have to. Curly, you're young.
The bullet,
You can get away with these things. You know, the older you get, the more responsibilities you have, and the harder it makes it for you. So he's like, if you have the freedom, take it. Like, use that and go out and move. And I was like, okay, I think I have to make this a thing for myself. I have to, like, make it a goal. And luckily, I was making money off of this stand-in job where I was like, I can make enough to survive until I find a job in Vancouver.
Yeah.
But then I, like, went to Mexico and everything. And in Mexico, I was very like, I'm going to move to Vancouver. It's going to happen. And I think that's when I just started, like, I bit the bullet or whatever, and I started looking for a place on Facebook, and I was like, well, I've saved some money, so I could at least make a couple months, and then if I don't, I originally thought I'm just gonna move here to try. So I was just gonna move here like 3 months. That was the goal.
That's so cool.
But then when I moved, because I thought I could still work as a BC resident as long as I have an address. But you can't. You have to be here for the. It's okay.
Yes.
You have to be there for the tax year.
Oh.
To could be considered a BC resident. Okay. So I found that out in April when I moved here, and I was like, I don't have enough money to stay here till December. What? And that is not what I expected. Like, should I go back home and then come back later?
Right.
Because you technically don't have to be there the whole year. You just have to be there before, I think, the last day of December.
Right. Okay.
To be considered a BC resident. So I was like, I could leave, come back in December, because I might be able to have more work in Calgary. Like, I had jobs. I had multiple jobs. I was working in Calgary. I had the Outcast. Like, I had things for me. Mm-hmm. And so then I just felt lost. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, what is happening? And then, I just ended up being like, I think I need to bite the bullet and just stay here and try to make my life out here in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And...
yeah, that's cool.
I've been trying.
You did. That's hard. I've been feeling that too lately. Like, you just gotta do things.
Yeah, you do.
I stop saying you're gonna do it and not do it, just do it, because you just have to start somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's like you were saying, when you just go out and do the thing, and you go with the attitude like, I have no idea what the outcome is gonna be, but I will figure it out. It's always better, because in all honesty, nobody ever knows what the outcome is gonna be. Our brain tells us, like, our anxieties tell us, oh, this is what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna get in this spot, and blah, blah, blah. And usually you're wrong. Sometimes. Sometimes you're, like, rarely a little bit right, because, you know, you kind of went in with the feeling. But it's also about attitude. Like, if 100%. You go into something with a bad attitude, it's going to go bad.
I agree. I always say that nothing ever goes 100% according to plan.
No.
You can have the most meticulous plan ever, and it's just not.
No.
That's how the world runs.
Yeah.
Like, so, and that's okay.
That's anyways, cool. That's how we got here. That's how we got here.
Yeah. And now how long have you been here then? You said since April?
Since April, I think I moved.
May, June, July. Okay.
So but I left.
I left.
For 2 months.
True.
So April, like May, June. I think I left in July.
Did you? Oh.
No, I left. So April, May, June, July. 4 months.
Just why we're in the arts.
Can't even count with our fingers. I left. And then I'm back November.
Okay.
Wait. I literally can't.
Diabolical.
Bro, I can't move my finger. Look, I literally can't because then this pinky comes
Was
up.
it you the other day that I was like, just hold your pinky down?
I think
you were like,
you
oh.
did say that.
I was
Well,
going,
how do I hold my pinky down?
with your other finger. With your thumb.
But then my thumb is down and I'm using it to count.
Oh. Then I don't know.
Anyways, wait, now you got me confused.
I know.
Wait, what's the math?
April, May, June, July, August. Or you left August.
4 months.
4. And then
I
you
left
came back.
August.
Okay, so then you came back September. October.
Now it's gonna. So technically, take November away.
Okay, so 5 months.
5 months I've been in
That's
Vancouver.
crazy.
Okay.
Cool. I'm going into my 3rd year.
Crazy.
Crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Check. We got
Check.
We made a little
Check.
list because we get distracted.
So these keep dying, so I think we're unfortunately.
Just take them.
Unfortunately, I wasn't as prepared as I thought. So apparently, I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was gonna be.
Somebody came into my restaurant the other day, and he was leaving, and he was talking to his buddy that they were leaving, and he literally was like, apparently, and I was like,
No.
He literally sounded
like
he sounded just like him, and he was being serious. Like I was like,
oh,
like I think that's just the way that he talks.
Oh.
And I was like so funny. I was just laughing at myself.
I was gonna say go make friends with him, but then I was like, oh, he's being for real.
Yeah, I think he was being for realsies. He was like a businessman and like a code and everything.
Oh.
Like I think that
Oh, yeah. Oh.
just a little bit how.
And he was
talks.
just so burly. Really? Oh.
Sounded a little bit like that kid. Anyways, it was really funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I am so. I've noticed this so much because when I talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Me too.
I think we both actually talk a lot. Because I swear, every time we're having a conversation,
Yes,
I'm like butting in, and then I'm like, wait,
same.
and then
we
we
talked
talk
about
something
this how
else.
maybe it's like an ADHD thing or something, right?
Yeah.
Like where we just like, but I just get excited and I feel like I have to get it out.
I have to tell my
I'm gonna
stories.
forget it too,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
have to get it out. Anyways,
I'm blanking on what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, right. So I like to talk a lot,
Yeah.
and I think when I had my family at home,
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay, I can like tell them all these
Right,
things that are
right.
going on with me. But yeah, so then I just feel like I'm like needing to talk all the time, and I'm talking to
So
myself all the time.
just start sending me vlogs.
No, it's okay. I do like a photo book. Do you see? I do a photo book diary. So you know on your
You just
computer
showed me.
photo book.
No, we'll look at it later.
Okay, well, it's just like photo book. Okay,
That's
anyways.
sweet. Yeah.
So
okay,
I
show me
do
it
like
right
video
now.
diaries, and I've been doing them for
Oh.
years.
Oh, well, you showed. Oh yes, you said
I put a little
on your
bit on
story.
my story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wonder
I
that's
feel like it's great to do that.
That's
If
really
you
cool.
guys feel like you need to talk, I actually tried talking to ChatGPT once.
That I've heard of that. I've never tried that one.
Meh.
It's
I'd
a bit
rather talk to
scary.
myself. Well,
It's like not a person, but it's like
yeah, but they just
speaking to
validate
me.
everything.
Yeah.
ChatGPT just validates
Which is
you,
not
so like
always healthy.
no, it's
Yeah.
not. So that's why I don't like it because it's better. Your subconscious is like telling you rather than a robot that's
Right.
like you're okay. You're right. You're right. You know.
I feel like I feel like you're lonely as a kid sometimes, but again, you're around your family all
Right.
the time, and I feel like I've like experienced a lot of lonely moments, or even I don't know. You could be surrounded by a bunch of people, but you're like everybody has a boyfriend right now, and then you get pouty and lonely like, in that way, or you're home alone a lot, or you're this and that, or like I don't know, in this stupid weather, walking alone in the rain. Sometimes you're just
You're just.
I don't know. You experience feelings of loneliness, which is fine, but yeah, I don't know.
I think it is the city, like
I
not
think it
the
is
summer,
the-
but
yeah.
this time, I
it's
agree.
brutal. Yeah.
You definitely just feel. What is it? Seasonal depression.
Yeah.
You definitely get it.
Yeah, for sure. I remember like talking to my mom about this, I think before I moved too, and she's like, oh, the weather's so good, and I was like, yes, and I was so pumped, and then getting here, and now I tell her, I'm like, it's brutal.
In
And
the
I think it's
winters.
different when you have a car too.
Yes.
Even then, it's so hard. But when you're
Training.
trudging through the rain and you've got a
Walking and
backpack
training.
and a this and you're sweating, but you're also soaking wet, and it's like, oh yeah, it's brutal.
Responsibility, I think, is huge. Like
For sure.
I lived on my own a little bit in Calgary, but I got used to the responsibility and like going out and doing all these things. But I feel like when you have to like the bills every month, being able to budget all of them, also random things can come up, like random payments can come up.
Different.
You know, it's different.
Yeah, that makes me think of also like I feel like I don't quite remember the moment, but I feel like there was a distinct moment when I moved, where like something clicked in my head that I was like, oh, I can like make my own decisions. Like I don't have to go to that party tonight if I don't want to. You know,
Oh,
like
yes.
I feel like I think we also, I don't know if it was you and I talking about this the other day, but I'm just a person that does everything and says yes to everything and goes to everything because I feel like I have to show up.
Right.
Which is kind of unhealthy sometimes. But I think
People
I was
pleaser.
like, oh, like for sure,
Yeah.
yes. And it's also just like you work hard, you take every opportunity, you do this. Like, you know, like I feel like I just was taught that, which is a beautiful thing, and I love that about myself, that I can take on a lot. But it's also sometimes unhealthy, like I said. But anyways, where's it going with this? Oh, but I feel like there was a moment where I was like, oh, I actually don't have to hang out with so-and-so if I don't want to today, or if I'm not feeling it, or, you know, and that's not to make,
that they're any less or anything.
Yeah, and you shouldn't make excuses all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's a happy medium, a balance to that for sure. But I think, like, that was kind of an exciting thing for me to learn, that to go, oh, actually, I can just make my own decisions. And,
right.
You know, so it's not hurting me and other people, and then, you know, anyways, so that's kind of
yeah, you do have to make your own decisions a lot more. I think it's even, like me with the car, I feel like when I was at home, I could be like, hey, my family can help me. Like, I can depend on them to help me find someone who would buy it, or, I don't know, there's just smaller things that I could depend on them that they would help me with. Mm-hmm. And I feel like here it was like, I don't have that. I need to get this done. I need to figure this out. And you have to, like we were talking about earlier how we were like this morning just not having the energy of doing anything. Yeah. And I feel like when you're, at least I noticed when I was at home, my brother, for example, would be like, hey, like, what's going on? Or my mom would check in. And I don't have that because they're not seeing the lows that I'm having. Yeah. So when I get in those lows, I'm the only person I can really count on to be like, hey, you got to get stuff done. You got to get back on your responsibilities. You got to get over the slump that you're in and just,
Yeah. I have a note here, too, that I said there's not really, English says there's no more proud of yous, which there are. People tell me that I know that people are proud of me, and they tell me that they're proud of me all the time, and my mom just did the other day, you know.
Proud of you.
But, like, I'm proud of you, too. But do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like especially in the program, like, your directors aren't.
No.
They're not your little dance teachers anymore. They're not your, you know, they're mentors and they're dance teachers for me they were, but, like, they're running a program also, and they have a whole life. And my director is a choreographer for Netflix shows and stuff too, so she's got a whole life, you know. So I felt like
they're not there to be like, oh,
you're not coddled anymore, and like, I feel like that's kind of a hard transition too, where you have to be proud of yourself, and it's just what's inside of you, and you know, kind of who cares what everybody else thinks or feels. You just be proud of yourself, and I really like the freedom. My mom always says, I've talked about my mom a bajillion times today. I miss her. Aww. She said when I moved, she was like, she knew I love Vancouver, and she's like, do you just like the freedom and the fact that you're away from us, or do you actually just like the city? And I was like, I actually just like the city. Yeah. But it's true, I've been ready to move out since I was like 14 years old. Like, I just was ready to
be independent, have your freedom. Yeah. It's nice. It's nice to be able to, and I think you honestly feel more accomplished when you, like when I was saying, when you do get yourself out of those rough spots, you feel more accomplished because you're saying, I did this, I didn't need somebody else to push me or to help me do that. I can do things on myself. So you feel more qualified, I guess. More. For sure.
No, 100%. Yeah. I think a big thing obviously is finances with living on your own. Feeling it lately, which I'm like, I don't know how. Like, I feel like, shouldn't I be making enough money? Like, and I always do, and I'm always fine every month, but it's like, ooh.
I know every time you stress about just making and not having enough for living. It's crazy.
It is. I'm excited for the day where it's like, and hopefully that day comes where you're like not scraping by every month, you know. And it's fine, and I have so much support if I need it, and there are people and you know that would help me out and stuff. But it's just like
you just don't have that
where
feeling.
It's like, okay, I could go buy a new shirt today and not feel bad, or like go out for dinner every once in a while. Yeah. Like, I just don't. I mean, I do, but I try not to.
Yes. Like, you don't have to be thinking, like, I shouldn't do this because I won't have enough for groceries. I know. Or I won't have enough for whatever. At that point, if I decide to spend this money.
Yeah.
I know. It's tough, too, because I feel like my family grew up like that. Like, I really grew up in that survival mode. and I don't think I've ever known life without that, especially my mom.
That's so fair.
And I just feel like it was something I'm accustomed to. But the biggest thing I've realized being on my own and like just making it to survive is that I think I mentioned it to you where I was just like, I don't know how my mom did this with 3 kids, making it by where like I'm trying to make it just supplying myself life, and like, and it's not like we had like my mom would still try to get us like she would try and get us into a class for things, and she would try to take us out to eat sometimes so that we could, you know, enjoy that, and she would buy us toys, but it was just like finding ways to make it affordable. So like going to we used to go to these church things that they would hold where it was like everyone would ravage, like they would have toys and clothing and like tables and tables of things that were donated, and people would just like there would be huge lines, and it'd be like 9 a.m. it opens, and everyone would be ravaging, throwing these things. I think I was like, I remember being 10, and there was this like little Asian lady who, like, I was, you know, grabbing some nice little clothes that I thought were nice, and this Asian lady like yanks the clothing out of my hands. It was some people were like ravaging. That's bizarre. But that's what we grew up doing, because that's the only thing. And like I never saw it as like I honestly to this day I would still do that. I love free things. I love anything like that. Yeah. But it was just kind of like interesting to think about, like, holy crap, like my mom really had to do some crazy stuff in order to like make our childhood still seem good. Like we had enough for ourselves, you know what I mean? So I think that's a good thing, is that you're appreciating what your parents did for you when you really have to do it on your own.
One day. Just marry rich, and then you don't have to worry about it.
That's the goal. Yeah. I had a running joke at the stand-in job that I was doing, and they'd be like, you know, you should go for this guy, whatever, and I'd be like, trust me. You guys know, and I've told you a bazillion times, I'm going to marry a man who's almost dead, who has a lot of money. And they're like, are you sure? You know, because sometimes they still make you do stuff. I'm like, bro, if I get to stay with that much money, I don't think it matters.
I'll do anything.
He only grows his hair. Like, he's in this coma, and he doesn't move, but he only grows his hair. Everywhere else is bald, but his hair is he doesn't have, like, lashes or eyebrows. It's just his hair.
And it grows so rapidly that you have to cut it so
often. And we have to braid it every day.
And then it's gonna be like in the Lorax when they're selling Thneeds, like rapidly.
They're selling the hair.
You have to sell his hair.
Ew. Because you have to like clean it too.
He's like, oh my, I can't clean his hair.
Yeah, that's not it.
I don't like this idea. Making friends. Meh.
I did some Bumble friends, guys, and Bumble friends, it was okay. I met one chica. One chica's been my friend. Bumble friends.
Cute.
Bumble friends is actually not bad.
That's cool. Because I've never tried it for friends.
Yeah, well, because Vancouver, it's just everyone's looking for a friend, and there's like so many people coming and going, and so just checking this for everybody's still coming and going, so it's kind of like a lot of people actually do go on there. But I remember using it, and I'd be like, why don't, like, they wouldn't, it's kind of like dating, they wouldn't really respond.
Yeah.
Or,
that's hard.
It's, you, like, go on dates with people that are not your vibe, like, girls that are like, we don't really click, but.
Right.
So, it's just funny.
Okay. Maybe I should try.
You could try.
I use Bumble for dating. That's actually my favorite dating app, I think.
Yes. Everyone tells me Hinge is better, but I prefer Bumble.
I like Bumble. And I didn't mind you can change the features, I think, but like the whole girls, is it girls like reply first or something? There's a feature where I didn't.
Wait, that's a feature?
I think so. I didn't mind it because then I was like, okay, well, I'll get a bunch of chats going or something.
Yes.
Like,
and then
because if you just leave it, then it's just like awkward, and then you just have an open chat that nobody's talking to.
I feel like you've been on a few dates.
Hey, I have been on so many. Like double digits.
Oh,
like,
really?
So many.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I cannot get that many set up.
I don't know how.
I have the hardest time getting these dates set up.
I don't get that many likes. Like, I'll look at my my roommate Sophie. I'll look at Sophie. I'll look at her likes, and I'm like, how do you have like 100 likes today? At the beginning of using dating apps, I wasn't very picky with what I almost there. Yep, there you go. Oh, there we go. I feel like I wasn't very picky with who I was talking to. Like, sometimes I'd talk to a guy and I'd be like, I don't actually know if I'm that attracted to you. Or, like, maybe you're not
like
really
in
my type.
person or on the text?
Well, just over text.
Oh.
But, like, or even, like, this convo was going fine. Whereas, like, now I'd be like, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not talking to you if you're, you know. But I feel like I just was
like you would try, yeah.
Like, I just would talk to everybody. Kind of desperate, and then would be like, if someone asked me on a date, I'd be like, sure. And, I mean, I'd get to, like, I'd wait a bit, or we'd get off the app, or talk for a couple weeks, usually, before I'd go on a date. But sometimes I'd be like, you know, whatever, I'm up for any experience. Right. So I think that's why I got so many chats or dates going, just because I wasn't very picky with what I actually wanted. Yeah. And also, it's hard to tell, with that, sometimes it's hard to tell who you're actually talking to, or, like, what this person's actually like till you meet them, but I feel like at the same time you can normally tell what you're dealing with, but I don't know.
I don't know. I've only had one date off of Bumble, now that I think about it. And the person was not what I thought they were going to be in person versus, like, and we had talked a little bit on text before. Like, it wasn't just like we set it up and we went. Right. And the person was just not at all what I expected. Even visually. Really? Like, how he looked different.
Actually, yeah, true. Sometimes they're like...
Yeah, sometimes it's just, like, the angles, I guess, because I know I also look different in person in some of the photos that I have. Me too. I'm aware of that, but
It's also everybody's best photos. What they think usually they look what they're putting out there, sometimes you meet them and you're
like...
Oh. One guy I went, no, I can't... Like, how much can I say? He was super nice. We only went on one date. He was, like, popped in town quickly. Anyways, he told me the night before, he was like, oh, by the way, I have braces. And I was like, okay, whatever, like, you're an adult with braces, not a big deal. No, I didn't know, and then, good thing I guess he told me, because can you imagine if I, like, walked up and was like, oh, you have braces. You have... And again, it's not a big deal. Get braces at whatever age you want, but I think it just was funny that I was like, who is this man?
That's funny, though, that he
was, like, early 20s, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, also funny he told me, but I guess good he warned me. Yeah, he looked nothing like his...
Oh, really?
I feel like he didn't... I feel like he must have, like, not really had his face in photos or something. But I was like, you are not what I pictured.
I thought at all.
Which is fine. Anyways.
Yeah, it happens. That's the thing about online dating is it's never... Yeah. It's usually a different adventure every time, and... Yeah.
Sometimes you're surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
In a good way, and sometimes you're just like, we do not mesh one bit. I would not even be your friend. And like not trying to be rude. Just sometimes you're just like,
you just don't mesh with people. Yeah.
Totally outing people a little bit. I was on Hinge and this guy was trying to get somebody to. I feel like I can't.
Why?
I think he follows me on Instagram. Like if he sees us anywhere.
Well, that's okay. He can know.
Context, I'm just
nobody doesn't even know that it was him except for you. I won't even.
If I tell what the date was, he'll know.
He'll know, but he'll know, and you'll know, and that's it.
That's true, actually. Okay, we have to cut out the middle part.
Cut that.
I went on a date with a guy. He needed someone to fill a ticket to Cigarettes After Sex, the concert.
Oh,
awesome
cool.
concert.
So you went?
So I went.
Oh, I think I
remember you did. I think I told you this. And he told me he loved me on the first date.
Right.
And I was like, have you been in love?
But had you talked to him before? I can't remember.
Very briefly. Probably the weekend before. Or, like, week before. Like, not very long. Yeah. But I think I just was sort of, like, unfortunately, I think I was like, free concert. He just needed to fill the ticket. I was down. He's like, he was begging me. He's like, nobody else is going, please. And I was like, okay, fine, sure. And I have to pay for the ticket either. So
right.
I sort of was like,
you're like, free
okay,
concert.
I'll go to free concert. Yeah. And it was fine. He was super nice. But I just was like, I was like, have you been in love, buddy? Like, you'll know when.
How old is he?
Like 2 years older than me, probably.
And you
I think
were
I was 18 and
he
was 20.
Okay.
I don't know. It was crazy. He also was like trauma dumping, and I was like, oh. And I was sort of like, I'm so, in the moment, I was like, I'm glad I can be a person for you that you feel like obviously really connected to and can talk about that. But if you haven't told anybody else this stuff, you should maybe go, find a friend that you can, or get a therapist or something. Anyways, nice guy, but anyways, yeah. Like, dude! I remember he called me too after, because I was kind of being dry. Like, I was trying to pull away for sure and being dry, and he was sort of like,
why?
He was like, why? And he's like, this happens over time, and then a girl is like, they say they want to be friends with me, and then they just end up ghosting me, and I was like, I think people don't know how to, just cut it clean. Like, you know, like, it's, like, it feels nicer to be like, oh, let's just be friends, than just cut it clean.
Then to just, yeah.
And I was like, dude, I honestly just feel like we didn't click. And sometimes that's how it goes. And I, like, don't even really have reasons for you. Like, we just don't mesh, you know?
We just...
And I was like, I think you're a great guy, whatever. And then he was sort of like, I told my friends I told you I loved you. And they, like, laughed at me. And I was like,
aww.
yeah. I was like, I'm sorry. But, like, that's just not how... I mean, I guess I-ish believe in love at first sight. But that's not really how it...
No.
That's not how it goes.
I definitely think it would be something you wouldn't say. Like, I feel like it's something that you could be like, oh, like, I really do feel differently for this person than I have with, like, anybody else.
I think you have to be... I mean, I don't know, sometimes... I mean, we were talking this the other day. Just about saying, like, I love you to someone.
Right.
And how it's totally okay to be vulnerable, and you should just do it and just say it if you're feeling it, you know?
Right.
If you're feeling things, just say it. It's your feelings.
Yeah.
So I don't blame him in that moment. Like, maybe he really did feel like that, but it's also just, like, you have to be careful, and you have to think about things a little bit. And think about the other person, and then if you're okay with the consequences of saying it, you know, like, and not getting what you want in response, then I guess just say it. But,
yeah.
Okay. We're back.
We're back.
We had some technical difficulties.
A lot of technical difficulties.
You're right. Well, to wrap things up, I guess, should we talk about our goals for the podcast or why we started it?
Yeah.
So,
I always wanted to start a podcast, and I feel like the reason being is just because I think podcasts are cool. Like, the fact that people are going out there and just talking and chatting, and I enjoy listening to them and seeing what people have to say, and I think I learn a lot from them as well. So, not that I feel like I'm this wise person, but I think that everybody has like things to share and stories to tell, and I think we just wanted like a space to talk about, in general, like, right?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I love hearing people's experiences, so why not share your own? Yeah, I agree.
I think it's also just an opportunity to create and make things, and me and Isabel, I think we really just want to be doing that. We really want to just be making content and just like making things. Doing things.
And doing things our own way too. I feel like there's going to be opportunities and auditions and shows and whatever that we'll love, but I feel like it is so fun to make your own and make it what you want it to be.
We talked about it on the Instagram post, but basically it was like a band name.
So stupid.
We were talking about we were going to start a band.
It was all a joke. Like, it was just
It was,
dumb.
but also not. Like, I was so serious.
Well, I was so
about
serious
it.
too when you brought it up. The band, I was serious
we
about
were
the
both,
band too.
We were the only ones in the group that were
they
pretty serious about it.
The rest of them were, but they're not artists, so I guess they just don't get it, which is totally fine. You're right. I was serious about it too. I was like, I would do this. It started as a joke. Carolee, what were you trying to say? Acapella. She was trying to say the word acapella, and then she said apocalypse. I wasn't there when she... I don't think I was... No, I wasn't there.
I think it was
But Right, and then you were telling us a story
and
after.
And then we talked about it, and then we were like, why don't... I think I just said, like, to Alexis, I said, instead of saying apocalypse, though, we could put, like, lips instead, and then that could be the name of our band. And so we all went along with it, and we made up these really dumb songs. Song ideas, like, themes, like Icy Bar.
Like, so dumb.
What was the other? Gorgina, and, like...
Gay bar.
Like,
we were like, we'll do covers of whatever, or we'll do like a whole album of this.
And we'll have this whole...
like productions, like costumes, trapeze, like...
Right.
Like dancers, like it's just like ridiculous. I think that would be hilarious.
It would be so fun, but we definitely would need to have a budget to do the things that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Which we will maybe get one day.
Maybe. We'll see. You never know. So that's how it started. Stupid joke turned into an actual idea, and then we're like, why don't we just make a brand off of it? And we've decided for now to call it Apocalypse Films and kind of just hone in on that. But who knows?
Yeah, it's just like a platform to make things.
Yeah, to make stuff.
Makes things for us and kind of keep it all together. And so we're excited. I am excited, and I think we're both just figuring this out.
Yeah, I think this also came at a point in my life where I'm like kind of bored of everything. You know, there's been exciting things. I started dating a new guy, and whatever, but I just feel like I'm like bored of my everyday life and I want to be creative and I need to make opportunities for myself and carve time away in a week to be creative, but this is really great that now we have an outlet and a place to put it all. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh gosh, yeah,
the name.
We need to talk about that too.
What was it? I think she said, "Oh yeah, we could film this podcast on my broken couch," and then I was like, "That's what we'll name it."
That's what we'll name it.
We'll name it the Broken Couch Podcast.
Also came from a joke, but
also a joke. But I think that I really like that. We just had an idea and we're like, let's just do it. Like that'll be the name. That'll be the thing that we do. And da da da. Like let's just make it happen. Yeah. Because I think a lot of the times we can make excuses for ourselves of, oh, it doesn't look that great, or like we don't have a proper setup. We don't even have proper podcast gear. No.
We had a fake microphone to make it look like it was recording.
I don't know where it went.
It was not. My laptop is off right now. It's just fake.
It's the vibes.
It's the vibes.
So yeah, it's just, I think that that's really what we are, is we're both just about making things happen, and we'll figure out how to do them all along the way.
Yeah, I feel like I'm learning that. I know you say we both are, which is true, but I feel like I'm learning that from you, especially to just do stuff.
Aww.
Just do it. I don't even care what people think anymore. Care. I don't care if my own family is like, what are you doing? Like, I don't care. I'm having fun, and we're doing something.
And we're figuring it out.
We're figuring it out, and it's great.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys. Cool. We'll see you on the next one. Next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
I was gonna peace sign, and then I went to kiss it, so it was like smoking. Like, what?